All right. Hello there. This is Becky Hammond with Isogo, and I am jumping in today. This was actually a scheduled live event here that I just realized no reminder email went out about, so me and technology sometimes are like, whoa. But I am here to answer questions about the 9 Steps to Life Change course. 9 Steps to Life Change Through Your Strengths. It's our signature course over at Isogo. We just had an awesome free Strengths Finder Masterclass a couple days ago where there was a lot of really great engagement and excitement about what can happen when you decide to put away that thought of being well-rounded, which requires that you fixate on your weakness and concentrate on your strengths so that you are no longer a circle, but you are a star. And where the 5 points in your star are your sharpest strengths, are your sharpest points. And when you do choose to live your life understanding who you are, learning to appreciate and love and figure out, exactly who you are, and then you commit to learning to live those things, that's when dramatic life change can happen in relationships. It can happen in your work, in the relationships that you have with the people around you. It can happen in your transition as you're trying to get clear on what career is best for you or what next step is best for you in your work life. And as is very close to my heart, it can make all the difference in your marriage, and especially just giving you a language and a tool to resolve the conflicts that come up, at least in our marriage, more than we wanted them to, and still more than we want them to. And we have a language, a tool, and really kind of like, it's like almost like a secret power, it feels like sometimes, to be able to understand the root of a conflict and get to the bottom of it, as well as then when we're past the conflict stage, we have just, again, it just kind of feels like secret powers to be able to meet the needs of each other as we figure out what are our deepest psychological and emotional needs based on our strengths. So it's been fun. Yesterday, David had a little bit of a down day, and it was our strengths that we went to say, like, how can we see how you are wired and how you can use those things to pull out of that, the setback that happened at work. And so I'm excited about you kind of exploring what it might look like for you to use your strengths to experience life change in your most important relationships as well. So today we are going to jump into some of our most frequently asked questions about the course so that you have an answer to some of those as well. So I will try not to go on forever and ever so that you can get what you need and get on with your day, and hopefully you choose to join us. So one of the very first questions that we have today is, tell me about this group coaching experience. So as I shared in our masterclass on Wednesday, we, for the first time ever, are offering, as part of this spring class, this huge discount that's open through Monday, we are offering a group coaching experience alongside of it. I'm super excited. Part of the reason why I decided to dream this up was I want to make sure that you feel like I am walking with you, and I want to help you finish. I want to help you get to the end of those 9 steps, because as you walk the journey, sometimes, you're going to feel most successful if you have somebody not only holding you accountable, but also someone to be able to talk through the sticking points, or even just celebrate the aha moments. And so I'm excited about that. As soon as we close up on Monday, we will together figure out what's the best kind of meeting arrangement for us, for the people that join. We'll also invite people who have joined up with the course in the past to join us in on our group coaching experience as well. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited that selfishly, I get to know you a little bit better, as well as I provide support that I think will help you be even more successful as you learn how to walk these steps, how to journey through these steps to create significant change in the way that you communicate in your relationships, and the way that you address conflict, and the way that you are energized in your life and your work. So I'm excited about that. Those of you who have already signed up, you should have received an email from me that just is a personal reach out to get to know your interest in the group coaching experience, as well as get to know a little bit more about you as we enter into that experience together. So I'm excited. We've talked about the price in our masterclass as well. When we look at the 9 step-by-step coaching modules, when we look at the 50+ page journal that's gotten a lot of really great and kind of humbling feedback, when we look at the almost a dozen bonus activities, materials that supplement each of these steps, that is valued at $4,400. And we have already think that it's a fabulous deal to have it listed at $497 on a regular basis. But right now, during this spring class, we are through Monday offering it at $197, and it's the same price that we offered in November. And we are including this time at no additional cost the group coaching experience. So I am very excited about that. So those are a couple of the key questions that are coming up this time around. One of the other questions that often comes up is, how do I make time for this? Am I really going to have time for this? How much time does it take? People have had a variety of experiences. Some people have finished this course in the matter of, probably 2 months, like over an 8 or 9 week period. And some people are still continuing to walk through the steps as they continue to reflect on each of the stages. And so I would say that, if you're busy, you need to think about it. And think about what type of commitment you can make to personal growth. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was saying, so part of the hesitation is just like, am I worth it? Am I worth the investment in my personal growth? And I just thought that was such a great observation, that sometimes we don't think we're worth it. It's not worth the 10 or 15 minutes every day to really invest in our own personal growth. And beyond personal growth, just the resolving some significant things that might be going on in your most significant relationships as well. So, I would say 10 to 15 minutes a day, maybe 4 or 5 days a week, and you will have completed this over the next couple months. And with the group coaching experience, I hope that will make that even feel like even more of a doable thing, because you'll feel pushed a little bit, yet as you reframe your mind to say, this is worth my investment, worth my time, because of what it's going to get me on the other end. I have a vision for what our marriages can look like, as well as what our work and energy in our work can look like. And so I'm excited to walk you through that and help you make the commitment, even in a busy role. One of our course members, she was in the process of moving to Korea at the time that she was taking this, that she decided to take the course, and she did it anyway. And she said, "I'm so glad I did," because she was able to, especially in a stressful transition, really dive in and evaluate what were some of the roots of conflict, and did that have to do with the way she was wired, and how could they figure out how to undo some of those things as well as explore what the career transition would look like. So I'm excited to be able to help you even in a busy, even if it's in a busy time, to invest in your own personal growth and walk that journey with you. So that's another question. Another question that people commonly ask is, my spouse is not really into this type of thing, or they're just not willing to make that commitment right now in their own personal growth. Is this something that, you talk about re-energizing your marriage? Is this something that we need to do together? Or can I do it by myself? And the answer is, this is actually a course made for the individual. The change in your marriage, to bring it to a place where you resolve conflicts more easily, where you communicate more easily, it actually begins in the exploration of you, the exploration of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, who am I wired to be? How does this help me? How does this get in the way? And how does this impact this relationship that I'm in, that I'm committed to? And so it starts with you. There are conversation guides, marriage and manager conversation guides, that allow you to take the concept and give you a tool, kind of a platform or a hand along the way, to be able to extend it beyond yourself, even if it's just you who's taking it, to be able to say, hey, these are some questions that I've been wrestling through, and I've been thinking about, and I wonder if you could help me reflect on this. And that brings your spouse in, or brings your manager in a less threatening way, and certainly a less committed way from the beginning. So this is for you. This is for the individual. That being said, if you did do this with your spouse, if you and your spouse both spent the time committing to this, I think you would find that the impact would soar as well. So, that's my little secret plug as well. But this is made for you. It's made for an individual. Let's see. How about another question? Let's see. Oh, hey, Sarah. Hi, Sarah Rooney. Let's see. She said, do you address using strengths well with children? Oh my gosh. This is part of my life's dream and life's work in progress. So I would love to even share more about it as we go on. But yes, the course itself does not. So 9 steps through your change, 9 steps to life change through your strengths, signature course, does not address children no, doesn't. But over at Instagram, if you want to join over there, we have had a lot of discussions about what does it look like when we're trying to draw the best out of our kids when they're really little. I mean, we have kids who are 7, 5, 3, and 9 months, and when they're little and they can't really self-assess, what does that look like? And it's been probably one of the most amazing tools that I've had in parenting, to open my eyes to helping them see what's strong about them, and not allow what they're doing in life, what their teacher says they should do in life, what other kids around them are doing in life, get in the way of who they really are and how they're wired, as well as, addressing some of the problems, the discipline issues that need to happen. And how do we do that in a way that intersects with my strengths, so I'm not trying to parent like somebody else, and our kids' strengths, so that I'm not treating each of our kids exactly the same, because they're all wired differently. And so there is significant conversation over so far at over on Instagram at Isogo Strong, and I just very it's a passion, and we are going that direction. Isogo Families is coming your way. So thanks for asking that, Sarah, and thanks for being here. My top strength is harmony, she says, and I feel like we're rarely in harmony. Oh man, isn't that true? And harmony is just like such a beautiful strength, Sarah. To be able to be the one that, of course, you sense the disharmony, and perhaps even more so. But you also have this unique ability to be able to create calm. I mean, we have one of our very best friends stays home with his kids, and their house is just much more calm than our house. And to your point, disharmony exists. Siblings get in fights, and we're constantly asking them to put on their shoes, or whatever stage you might be in. But there's a piece of you that you have that I don't have, that can can be creative about what the types of bridges that you build, the types of environments that you set up. So yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks. I'll look for you over on Instagram. That's eSoGo Strong. All right, and we are about 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap us up unless there are any other questions. We talked a little bit about the price, and I just want to encourage you. How this is, I say a screaming deal because it's over $4,400 worth of content for $197. Plus, we're adding a group coaching experience where I will be live with you for 9 weeks. But I'd also love to challenge you just to answer some questions about how much you'd be willing to invest to get your marriage to a place where you can walk through conflict. Conflict's always going to happen. No matter how strengthy awesome you are, or no matter how many tools you have, it's always going to happen. But how can you get to a place where you instantly have a language and some tools to be able to work through that, where you can honor each other in a conflict, where you can see that you can begin to see that the frustrating behavior that you are experiencing comes from a lens of strength, of your spouse looking at you and acting with you through their strengths, and work together to fine tune those so that they feel like strengths to each other and that you honor them as strengths. How much would you get to how much would you pay to get to the place where you can work through conflicts easily, where you can have a different level of communication, where you can affirm each other in a way that you just haven't been able to before, because you now have uber specific ways to get in touch with exactly who they are, what they need, and what will energize and excite them the most as you connect with them. And then in your work, how much would you, even if you're at a transition, or if you're thinking about making a career change, or if you kind of like what you do but you just don't always love Mondays, how much would you pay to get to the place where you loved what you're doing every day, because you are going into your role doing the things that you do best every day. And so I encourage you to think through that, and I would love to see you join us in our spring class of 9 Steps to Life Change Through Your Strengths. I would love to help walk the journey with you. We're offering that group coaching experience that you'll find out more about as you register and sign up, and I'm excited to be able to walk personally with you through your strengths and help you experience the re-energizing in your marriage and your work, getting your marriage out of a slump if it's in one, bringing it from good to great if you already feel like that's pretty good. I'd love to help you get it to great, as well as experiencing a flow and energy in your work. So if you do have any other questions, you can put them in the comments. Make sure to tag me so I see that. Also love to have you join us over on Instagram at eSoGo Strong. I just would follow along in what it looks like to live a life and work and marriage and family through your strengths. So excited to hopefully have you join. Talk to you later. Bye now.